Magandang buhay sa ating lahat, mga masugid kong taga-subaybay sa aking YouTube channel. Ngayon po ay ituturo ko sa inyo kung paano mag-solve ng situational problems involving parabola. This is a step-by-step process and with illustration. So balikan muna natin ang formula ng parabola. Standard form. With axis of symmetry along the y-axis, we have a square of x minus h equals 4p times y minus k. The vertex is at hk. X squared equals 4py. The vertex is at the origin with the following graph. Opens upward and opens downward. And next is, when the axis of symmetry is along the x-axis, we have the formula, the square of y minus h equals 4p times x minus k. The vertex is at hk, while y squared equals 4px. The vertex is at the origin with the following graph, open sideward to the right side and to the left side. Let's start the first situational problem. A satellite dish has a shape called a paraboloid where its cross-section is a parabola. Since radio signals parallel to the axis will bounce off the surface of the dish to the focus, the receiver should be placed at the focus. The question is, how far should the receiver be from the vertex? If the dish is 12 feet across and 4.5 feet deep at the vertex. Okay, our first step is, it's better if you will illustrate the figure. Pag na-illustrate kasi ang figure, nakikita mo kung anong klase na yon. So, this is the example of a satellite dish. Okay, nakita nyo yung edge niya parang parabolic line. Okay, at yung nasa gitna, yun ang receiver. So, from the deep of the parabolic line of the dish to the receiver, that's became the focal length. So, this is now the figure of this satellite dish. So you are going to determine the value of P from the vertex to the receiver. Okay? So that's the focal length. Okay? Now the width of the dish is 4.5 and the height of the dish is 6. So 6 yung height. Okay. So, what are the given? The dish is 12 feet across. 12 feet across. 12 feet, ibig sabihin, so, ang diameter niya ay 12 feet. And the depth at the vertex is 4.5. So, from the opening of the dish hanggang sa pinakailalim ay 4.5. Okay, so ano ang requirement? The distance of the receiver from the vertex, meaning you are going to solve for P. So what will you do? Determine the formula to be used. So the formula to be used is x squared equals 4py because the vertex is, we will assume that is at the origin. So it's very easy to solve if the vertex is at the origin. And then your next step is to substitute the given and you are going to solve. So here we have Rx is 6. So 6 squared equals 4p. We will determine p and the value of y is 4.5. So 4 times 4.5 is 18p. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 divide 8 is 36 divide 18 is 2. That's the value of P. That's the length from the dip of the dish to the receiver. Okay? The receiver should be 2 feet away from the vertex, and that's the answer. Another problem. A parabolic shaped irrigation canal is 8 meters wide and 2 meters deep at the center. What is the equation for the parabolic shaped canal? Okay. First is, we have here the illustration. Okay, this is the parabolic canal. The depth is 2 meters and the length of the parabolic canal is 8 meters. So from the center to the left is 4 meters. From the center to the right, another 4 meters. So that's 8 meters. So our given is the irrigation canal is 8 meters wide and 2 meters deep. So therefore, the LR is 8 meters and the value of P is 2. Paano nakuha ang 2? 8 divide 2. 8 divide 4 is 2. What is the requirement? Equation of the parabola, either in a standard form or in general form. So determine the formula to be used. That's the next step. So we have x squared equals 4pyy because the parabolic line opens upward. So therefore, you use the equation with the square to variable x. Next is to substitute the value. Our p is 2 and so yun, our p is 2. So therefore, 4 times 2 is 8. That's 8y equals x squared in standard form, or in general form is 8x squared minus 8y equals 0. So yan na po ang sagot. That's the answer. Another situational problem. Suppose the cable of a suspension bridge hangs in the shape of a parabola. The towers supporting the cable are 400 feet apart and 100 feet high. If the cable at its lowest is 30 feet above the bridge at its midpoint, how high is the cable 50 feet away horizontally from either tower? Okay. So this is the illustration. Okay. Ito yung tower. Ito. At ito. This is the cable wire na nakakabit doon sa tower. At ang vertex or ang pinakamababa daw na curve ng suspension wire is from or with a coordinate of 0, 30. So meaning, if 0 is the axis of symmetry, y axis, so meaning that's became the vertex 0, 30. Now, take note that the given, so tower is 400 feet apart, meaning from tower 1 to tower 2, that's 400. Okay? 400 feet. And the height of the tower is 100 feet. 100 feet itong isang tower, 100 feet din itong isang tower. Then take note that the cable at its lowest is 30 feet above, meaning that's the vertex. 030 is the vertex. Vertex of the bridge at its midpoint. Ano ang requirement? The height of the cable, which is 50 feet away from either tower. So meaning dito at dito din sa kabila. Pwede dito, pwedeng dalawa kasi dalawang tower at 50 feet away from the tower papunta doon sa portion ng cable wire, 50 feet away sa left, meron din sa right. So pwede magkabilaan. Ano? Now the question is, ano ang formulang gagamitin natin? The same. Since hindi na siya sa origin, nasa taas na yung cable, hindi dumaan sa origin, or yes, sa origin. So, ang gagamitin na natin ay yung x minus h squared equals 4p times the quantity of y minus k. Next is substitute the given and solve. But take note here that c is equal to 4p. Because hindi siya given yung P. So, what we do is, we have 200 squared. Bakit wala? Because ang value ng H ay 0. So, 0. 200 minus 0 is 200. When you square it, that is 40,000. Okay? Then, our y is 150. Okay, 150. And rk is 30. That's referring to the vertex y value. So 150 minus 30 is 120. And 4p is represented by c. Then that to by or divide both sides by 120. So therefore we have 1000 over 3 or 333.33. Next, pag nakuha na yung C, ang gagawin ay iso-substitute natin sa formula ulit. So we have, we will use this, the value of C and the value of X, which is positive or negative 150, to solve for Y, and the vertex is at 0, 30. So when we substitute, 150 squared equals 1000 over 3 times the quantity of Y minus 30, or pwede rin negative. Negative 150 squared equals 1000 over 3 times the quantity of y minus 30. When we simplify, 150 squared is 22,500 times. So, to change this to the other side is to multiply both sides by 3 over 1000. That is why this one is 3 over 1000. Equals y minus 30. Same dito sa kabila. 22,500 times 3 over 1,000 equals y over 30. Transpose negative 30 to the other side and then simplify. 22,500 times 3 over 1,000 plus 30 is 195 over 2 or 97.5 feet high at 50 feet away from either side of the tower. And that is the answer. Okay, another, last, situational problem number 4. A flashlight is shaped like a paraboloid and the light source is placed at the focus so that the light bounces off parallel to the axis of symmetry. This is done to maximize illumination. A particular flashlight has its light source located 1 cm from the base and is 6 cm deep. What is the width of the flashlight's opening? Okay, first is to draw the illustration. So we have here, this is the flashlight. At ito yung focus kung nasaan yung bulb na locate. Sabi niya, kung saan yung bulb na locate from the vertex is 1 cm and the height of the flashlight from the vertex hanggang doon sa pinakadulo is 6 cm. Now, take note, our given is light source located at 1 cm from the base and it is 6 cm deep. And the requirement is the width of the flashlight opening. So, yung opening ng flashlight, gaano daw siya ang width niya. Meaning, if may center tayo, to the right and to the left, i-multiply yun sa 2 kasi dalawa. Kasi ang computation nito ay nasa gitna lang. So, tingnan natin, ano ang formulang gagamitin natin? Of course, x squared equals 4py kasi itong vertex, i-assume natin na nasa origin siya. Ilalagay natin siya sa Cartesian coordinate plane wherein the vertex touches the origin. Okay. Now, next is you substitute the value. So, ano yung value? Na the value of y is 6. Okay? The value of y is 6. And the value of p from the vertex to this source of light is 1. So, that's the value of p. You just multiply. 4 times 1 is 4 times 6 is 24. Get the square root to both sides. So, x equals the square root of 24. But 24 can be factored as 4 times 6. And 4 is a perfect square of 2. That is why we have here x equals 2 times the square root of 6. That is half of the width. Ang kukunin natin buong width of the flashlight. So, times 2. You multiply it by 2 and our answer is 4 times the square root of 6 or 9.80 centimeters. That's the width of the opening of the flashlight. And that's the answer. Okay? Thank you so much. Please watch the next video. Is all about characteristics of an ellipse.